It's Monday, January 23rd. I'm Brooks Peck from Dirty Tackle, and you're listening to The Goalmouth. On today's menu of bite-sized soccer news, Arsene Wenger gets pushy, Chape Coents make an emotional return to the pitch, Wayne Rooney tops Sir Bobby, Mario Balotelli suffers disgustingly familiar treatment, and Steve Bruce checks up on his players' excuses. Arsenal pulled out a needlessly difficult win against Burnley after playing with 10 men for the last 25 minutes of the game. The 8 minutes of added time at the end of the match saw each side convert a penalty, and in the middle of all this, Arsene Wenger was sent off. But that didn't mean he wanted to go. This led to him shoving the fourth official at the edge of the tunnel, an act he later apologized for, saying, quote, "I regret everything. I should have just shut up and gone home." Sorry or not, he's almost certain to receive a touchline ban for this, and Jose Mourinho will probably talk about how he would have been treated much worse if he had done it for the next several months. Just a month and a half after the air disaster that killed 71 people, including 19 members of their squad, Chape Coents hosted a friendly with 22 new players and a new manager. The players who survived the crash, as well as the families of those who didn't, were all on hand for an emotional Copa Sudamericana trophy presentation. The match ended in a 2-2 draw, and proceeds were split between the families of the victims and the club themselves, as they face what is sure to be a trying new season. It's impossible to overstate the devastation the people associated with this club have endured, and for them to regroup so quickly and make even this one match happen is nothing short of incredible. Wayne Rooney saved Man United from a loss to Stoke by coming off the bench to score a brilliant free kick in added time. It also happened to be his 250th goal for the club, breaking Sir Bobby Charlton's record, which stood for more than 40 years. Charlton was in the stands to witness the moment in person, and after the match, Rooney thanked him for his support in a tweet that included a picture where neither one of them looked too happy. It's as if Wayne made it awkward by offering to hook Sir Bobby up with the doctor who did his hair transplants or something. Anyway, congrats to Wayne on finally forcing the press to do a positive story about him again. Mario Balotelli is enjoying a resurgence with Nice, but he's still being targeted by the racist abuse that has followed him throughout his career. Prior to Friday's match at Bastia, a group of fans was caught on camera making monkey noises at Mario. The next day, Balotelli asked his Instagram followers if racism is legal in France, or if it's just so in Bastia, since nothing was done about the matter at the time. The LFP has since announced an investigation into the incident, and Bastia have declared their intent to aid that investigation in any way they can. And finally, Aston Villa striker Ross McCormick recently missed training with an excuse that sounds like something out of a bad joke about the privilege of modern footballers. The electronic gate to his home was stuck. Villa manager Steve Bruce wasn't buying this excuse, so he reportedly drove to McCormick's house and photographed the 4-foot 6-inch wall that surrounds it to prove that McCormick could have hopped over it and caught a cab to training. As a result, Bruce kept McCormick out of the squad that faced Preston North End. We can only hope that he did this by locking the gate to the players' parking lot when McCormick pulled up. That's all for today's edition of The Goalmouth. You can find more info on all of these stories by subscribing to our email newsletter. The link is in the show notes. I've been Brooks Peck. Taylor will be with you tomorrow, I think because Daryl finally realized that Tuesdays with Taylor has a nice ring to it. I'll leave you now with today's Goalmouth top tip. No one has sympathy for the guy with the faulty mansion gate.